Prude, written by Christina Curtin, September 4th, 2019. A disclaimer. This post is really not one for the kids. Not that any of my posts are, and it's definitely TMI about my life. Listen at your own discretion. I think a lot of people have elements of their personality that clash. Like you love to travel and want to see the world, but are petrified of flying. Or you really love Mexican food but get severe heartburn. Me? Well, I have an extremely perverted mind, but I am a prude. Like any red-blooded American, I joke about sex. My brain always comes up with punchline and jokes that are sexual related in nature. Balls are always funny, I don't care who you are, and I have this amazing business idea to create a site called Spank Bank. It's like Pinterest, but for porn. You save all the pics you find online that you want to whack off to in your virtual Spank Bank. It's like the modern day version of the JCPenney catalog's bra section for men to reference. How is this not already a thing? But when it comes to the actual act of sex, well, I guess I am a prude. Ask my husband Vince. He says he married a nun, but clearly, folks, that's a blatant exaggeration. While I know the Catholics have been under fire the past few years for their gross-ass priests, they are pretty serious about their nuns. I would have been kicked out of the sisterhood for sure. I do enjoy sex, and I spice it up sometimes. Okay, not that often. Okay, not really ever. But here's why I am lacking. First, my damn body. Ever since my boobs were used to feed babies, I just don't feel like a sexual lioness. I feel more like a docile cow. To add to it, Vince and I have been together for over 20 years. We met and fell in love during the prime of my life when everything hung where it should. 16 is the age of all the Disney princesses for a reason. It's the age when you should be flaunting that body and doing it like rabbits because gravity has not had its way with you just yet. Not that I am condoning 16-year-olds to have sex. My daughter is almost 13, and I can't fathom her being ready for that level of adulting in just 3 years. I'm not saying they should do it. Second, my damn mind. I am all up in my head almost every minute of the day, and this does not stop during sex. During sex, the following list has gone through my mind. I think about the way my body looks. Recall my prior comment. I replay a conversation I had with someone 4 days ago. Did they think I was rude, or did they take my offhanded joke as me being serious? Is this why I have no friends? I think about what needs to be done around the house. Did I fold the laundry, or do I need to turn over the dryer again? What are we going to eat for dinner? Fuck, I hate to cook. What should we do this weekend? Eventually, the inner dialogue shuts off, but it's a conscious effort. I have to make myself focus and think about what's going on, so I quit thinking about my body or my to-do list. And then maybe I think about Chris Pratt for 1 minute and we're done. Just kidding, Vince. Okay, maybe not kidding, but let's move on. Third, my desire for it. I'm just not in the mood for it every damn day. I'm not. My husband is. He tries to convince me of the health benefits for men, like lowering the chance of prostate cancer, or how it helps him sleep when nothing else does. Really? Really? Maybe you should start using your $600 CPAP machine, and I'll consider a blowjob nightcap to help you sleep. Recently, I had surgery on my gums, and Vince was super excited. Why, you must ask? I had cadaver tissue placed in my mouth. Go ahead and gag. It's kind of gross when you think about it. I try not to. He wasn't excited because he likes dead bodies or anything like that. He does need a hole and a heartbeat. No, Vince was excited because he was really hoping the tissue was from a hooker and her ways would seep into my body tissue via her gum tissue. Her sexual prowess would flow through her dead gum tissue into my body and make me want to do it like a porn star. This is the father of my children, folks. Okay, I do feel bad for my poor husband. Why are the women that love sex always with men that don't, and vice versa? Why is the universe so unkind? Overall, Vince is a good sport about my prudishness. I'm sure he dies a little inside each day, I do feel a little bad for him because I'm not sure he knew what he signed up for. All the perverted talk when we met at 16 might have made him think I was different. Poor guy. If you don't know Vince, and you can tell from my comments so far, he is definitely not a prude. He says he was lucky he wasn't born a girl because he'd be throwing it around like free candy in a parade, because that's how easy us girls can get laid, apparently. Side note, Karma gave him all daughters. Haha. Vince is the type of man that makes bedroom eyes at me when he eats pineapple, because apparently pineapple makes your special stuff taste good. Excuse me while I go vomit. The only way to make that spooge taste good is to throw it in a blender and make a white Russian out of it. Not that I've tried it that way. Just saying, vodka makes everything better. See, I'm a little gross. A lot of his talk is him just being an attention whore, and not a full-blown whore. Well, I mean, he was a whore back in the day, but that's a whole other post for another day. My point is, he's way more conversational and downright down about sex, and I'm not. Sex is very personal to me. I've only had it with one person my entire life, and that's Vince. Yes, only one penis. A lot of people apparently feel bad for me when I say this. I usually get comments like, "Aww," or "Really?" I don't know how that should make me feel. Proud? Confused? Left out? Angry? I've only had sex with one person because, well, partly because of my body issues, but also because I met Vince when I was young. I fell in love, and that act equaled love for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have thoughts that aren't so pure. I'm only human, but the act of it all, well, I just have never thrown it around like candy in a parade. That's for sure. I'm just a prude with a very perverted mind.